The problem with wanting to fit in is that you kind of get so hypnotized by the fact that you want to fit in that you forget who you really are. There's so much derailment that happens when you let people have your energy for free. When you let people around you that don't think like you, that don't want to think like you. Don't you want to naturally belong where you actually belong? Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Arushi. I call myself Aru the Style Maru because I do content in a very sassy and unpredictable way, and that's how I like it. So let's get on with the video because this is an interesting one. Okay, so this topic, feeling alone but not lonely, comes from being lonely, comes from being alone, comes from both of these things. A lot of us want to, associate this loneliness to the fact that other people are not doing enough for us, right? And we feel like people should be doing certain things to make us feel less lonely. I think it's a very people-centric notion, this loneliness concept. The self-exploratory part of it is when you feel lonely even with those things. Even with the things that you've always wanted, even with the people you've always wanted to be with, even with the surroundings that you've always wished for. It all comes down to what you know about yourself. I kind of started understanding who I really was. The difference between who I wasn't and who I was trying to be. At one point I noticed that I was welcoming this energy so much so that I just couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take that I was feeling uncomfortable every single day. There are some things that I did, certain things that happened naturally to me that have put me in a place where today I can sit by myself without feeling like somebody is not filling my cup. Number one, I started acknowledging the fact that I cannot please people anymore. The problem with us people pleasers is that we are stuck on the concept of pleasing other people. At one point I didn't know who I was. At one point I didn't know what I liked. At one point I was just, depending on other people to tell me who I was. That validation phase of it all. I was that person who would go along with the peer pressure, like who would go along with what everybody was doing. So I felt like it was easier to kind of just go with the flow and to be with everybody, to be adaptable to everybody, to be, the understanding one, to be the one who, doesn't create much of a non-peaceful environment. Unpeaceful, non-peaceful, I don't know. And what that does is it makes you incapable of making your own decisions. It was the people pleaser in me that made me so confused and just not ready to explore who I really was. I'm not saying that I'm ungrateful for those parts of my life. Those parts of my life have got me to this part of my life where I know what I want, where I know who I am, where I know who I want to be with. And that is where I feel like I'm grateful for the journeys that I've had so far, for the people I've met, for the people I've cut off from my life. Coming to the second point, cut people off. This is a very underrated source of information that is out there, which is cutting people off. You are surrounded by 100,000 views, opinions that should not concern you. That is none of your business what other people think of you. When I started cutting people off is when I realized that there is so much potential in me. There is so much I can provide to the world, and there is so much derailment that happens when you let people have your energy for free. When you let people around you that don't think like you, that don't want to think like you, that don't want to progress like you. You need to surround yourself with positive energies, people who are proud of you, people who don't shy from telling you that they love you and they're proud of you. They're proud of you. Love is fine, but being proud of someone is to let them know that you believe in them. This world has so many people whose self-esteems are crushed because of loved ones telling them opinions that they shouldn't be telling them. If you have a bad opinion about someone, if you have a very strong opinion about someone, do yourself a favor and keep it to yourself, unless they're really toxic to you. If they're not hurting you, if they're not doing anything that is bad to you, then leave them alone. Let them progress. Let them do what they want. Let them figure a way out for themselves. And this is what I felt when I was letting people into my circle, into my sphere of energy. Number 3, don't let yourself fit in. What happens is, we have this tendency as human beings, I'm not saying that we don't have that tendency, but we have this tendency to want to fit in everywhere we go, everywhere we are, the people we're around, the activities that we do, etc., etc. The problem with wanting to fit in is that you kind of get so hypnotized by the fact that you want to fit in that you forget who you really are. It all becomes about how you have to do something in order to belong somewhere. And that's where we kind of go wrong, is that we want to fit in, but we don't want to belong. We just dive, we just get into the flow of it, and we never really question that process of it all. Number 4, listen to your gut. It's so underrated to say no. If you're feeling uncomfortable, get out of there. Feel like life is too short not to do something that you truly love. It's about trying. It's not about just going with the flow and taking the path that's taken and just listening to everybody, saying yes to all opportunities. It's just trying different types of things that you've always wanted to try. It's all about exploring. Not that I've explored everything that I've always wanted, but just exploring 1 or 2 things that I've always wanted, it's given me the confidence that I have the capability of doing that. Know what you need right now and what you don't need right now. You have to kind of realize that life will push so many things onto you and you have to make tough decisions. I feel like my gut tells me most of the things that I don't have any decision over. Like, I don't know what to do, and my mind will be thinking 5 years from now, but my gut thinks for right now. My gut says, bro, this is not working out for you. This is killing you inside. This you don't have space for. This needs to get out of your life so you can focus on some things that you really want. And you know down the line, this is going to hurt you and this is going to really, test your ability, and it's going to kind of break you down the line. Right now, you may want it because you feel like you'll be safe with it, but sometimes you have to take that risk in order to move to the life that you do want. You have to start having faith in your ability to move forward and to be able to fix your own situations. You don't fix everything. You just have to let some things pass. Sometimes you do need to fix something. Sometimes you need to fix yourself. Sometimes, just sometimes, you need to get up in the morning because the sunrise is beautiful. This is a message to myself. Follow it, Arushi, and get a good morning routine. Otherwise, it's over for you. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for following along if you have. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give it a thumbs down, but don't. If you do, I'm kidding. Obviously, I'm kidding. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Bye.